Today I'd like to talk about one of the interesting teaching tool that I use it. It's called fishbone diagram. And my name is Dr. Subhash Khatri. Fishbone diagram is also known as cause and effect diagram or cause and effect analysis diagram, Ishikawa diagram, Fishikawa diagram, herringbone diagram. Now the question is, what is it? It's basically a sort of group discussion, brainstorming, and mind mapping. Originally introduced by Professor Kaoru Ishikawa in 1960. To remember these three parts, I have put up one small trick here, that is GBM, group discussion, brainstorming, and mind mapping. Now, when to use fishbone diagram? When identifying possible causes for a problem, or when a team's thinking trains to fall into ruts. That means you're almost narrowed to just one kind of limited thinking. In those situations also, it's better to use fishbone diagram. Now, how to use it? Let me just explain here what I have written. Ask why does this happen about each cause. Write sub causes, branching of the causes. Continue to ask why and generate deeper levels of causes. Layers of branches indicate causal relationship. When the group runs out of ideas, focus attention to places on the chart where ideas are few. Now to summarize this, a simple trick is ask 5 times why, and why, and you'll come to some kind of conclusion what are the possible causes. So the trick here is 5 times why. Now let's go into the steps. First is identify the problem, work out major factors involved, identify possible causes, and analyze your diagram. Now let me explain. Because I'm a physiotherapist, I'd like to take up an example from my discipline. Just imagine that the patient comes with the problem such as knee pain. So here, just imagine that this is like a fish bone, and at the mouth of the fish, I have written the problem, that is knee pain. And when we had this kind of discussion with the students, some of the causes what they thought was lifestyle, physical activity, physiotherapy, comorbidity, occupation, and medicine as main causes. You can have sub causes also. Say because of the lifestyle, sometimes the knee pain aggravates. If your patient has got limited physical activity because of the pain, then this leads to a cycle such as because of pain you have limited physical activity, and because you have limited physical activity you have pain and stiffness and other problems. Say you are not taking regular physiotherapy, or you never had taken physiotherapy. Say medicine, sometimes you are on and off, or you complain that you get gastric problems and that's how you avoid taking medicine, then that also creates more of knee pain. So irregularity in medicine, otherwise dosages, also could be one of the cause of knee pain, they thought. Occupation that involves repetitive, say activities that requires weight bearing of the knee or squatting, uh, sometimes can aggravate the knee pain. Comorbidities such as obesity, diabetes, and other things also can aggravate the patient's problem of knee pain. Now this was one fish diagram. Now look at this one. This we call it as a reverse fish diagram. So here it was like cause, and this is kind of straight fish, as if fish is just coming here, and it's like fish is eating. So this sometimes we call it as a reverse fish diagram. Now let's try to look at the reverse fish diagram that we discussed about effect of the knee pain. Now effect of the knee pain is like pain itself that is bothering your entire life. Then walking is troublesome, then social, then stair climbing, then prayer, sick leave, otherwise interpersonal relation. You know that because of knee pain, it's like your entire world is focused on only one word, that is pain. So sometimes we call it as a biopsychosocial model, that is like in addition to your physical problem pain, you start getting added psychological problems The reason is if it is persisting for long period of time, you start thinking what will happen to me, what will happen to my job, what will happen to my family, and things like that. That we call it as issues related with the chronic pain. No, because we have knee pain, every single time walking, otherwise weight bearing, otherwise standing becomes a problem, and that's how it reduces the physical activity. Because you have knee pain, you avoid participating in social gathering, such as attending some meetings, marriages, and social occasions or the functions. Because you have knee pain, you try to avoid stair climbing. Most of the religions require bending the knees for prayer, otherwise even squatting also. So now what happens is prayer becomes difficult just because you have knee pain. And now because you have knee pain, you tend to put some sick leaves, otherwise avoid going to job, and sometimes you become irritable, and that can actually create the issues like interpersonal problems. Now this was about physiotherapy. Now let's look at the use of fishbone diagram into management field, because this is quite commonly used in management field. Now look at the problem is like fallen product cell. I hope you okay. And now, what are the possible causes? The product itself, the place where we are trying to sell it off, the people, what is their priority, price, promotion. Usually, we call it as a P formula in, say, product and itself. Not based on such kind of causes, you can find out what is the effect and how to come to the solution. So this is, as I said, quite commonly used in management field, and this is popular theory of P, that is product, place, promotion, price, people, priority, and so on and so forth. Now, what are the tips to perform this kind of small group discussion activities such as fishbone diagram? Draw your fish on a flip chart, otherwise large dry erase board, otherwise you can simply use blackboard, otherwise even drawing paper. Personally, I prefer using drawing paper or the century paper. Encourage each person to participate. Now the trick that I use is like ask the participant to use the pen like mic, and then as long as the person is holding the pen, that person continues to talk and other just listens or reciprocate. And once the pen is handed over to the next person, that another person starts speaking. So that actually minimizes kind of over participation, otherwise less participation, and it encourages almost everyone to speak. Note that the 5 why technique that we discussed, that is one of the best tip. Identify the root cause from all the ideas generated. Leave enough space between the major categories on the diagram so that you can add minor detailed causes later. Now let's look at what are the advantages of the fishbone diagram. It promotes thinking, it identifies the cause and effect relationship, but look at the disadvantages also. Sometimes you'll end up finding out irrelevant cause, and sometimes what happens is all that thing depends on the personal opinion of the participants rather than the fact. I strongly suggest you should use fishbone diagram for a small group discussion, especially when you had covered up theoretical portion for the students. These are some of the additional resources for you if you're interested. You can even download the templates of fishbone diagram. Some of them are even available in Excel sheet, so that you can use it for such kind of group discussions. And I thank you for listening, and I'm Dr. Subhash Khatri.